What's up, everybody? Welcome in to the Early Edge. I am your host, Alan Bell. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you today, and I'll tell you what, let's not waste any time. Let's take a look at how we did on Friday, and woof, I'll say this for myself. I continue. The last 2 days, I've been kicked in the teeth. Not been pretty, but luckily, that's why we love the Early Edge crew picking us up. Johnny B's been on a heater, man, picking everybody up. Side play comes through on the parlay. Brewers covering the run line there. Nevada Air Force on the over 2. And Chip Patterson, Virginia, team total under 21.5. They come in right there. Solid. But tell you what, let's go ahead and bring in the stars of the show. This is enough of me yapping here. Gentlemen, looking sharp. First up, my man, Micah Roberts. How we doing, sir?
Doing excellent, and really excited about baseball. I'm excited to hear what John Bowman has to say about the games today. But the wild card chases, I am just having so much fun with this, and I'm using it as a betting angle as well. And I'm going to be chasing the Braves today, I believe. And I might jump back on the Orioles too, because I'm going to do that work in a minute, but I'm interested to see what Bowman has to say about it. But all the college football games, everything, it's going to be a great day.
Yep, it definitely is, man. And Bowman looking sharp as always. Haircut looking great. I tell you what, too. Last night, I was doing some things around the house, man, and had the TV on. CBS Sports HQ and SportsLine, the new show on there. Saw you all over it, my man. You were looking good. How we doing?
Yeah, appreciate it, AB. Well, we're doing great today. And on HQ last night, if you tuned in, you heard me say that I didn't like Judge to hit a home run, but I did like Pujols to hit a home run. So hopefully somebody was able to use that information to cash. But Tulane Green Wave football team is going for 4-0 for the first time since '98. I've got my shirt on. I'm super excited for tonight. So it's nice having a college football team to cheer for, AB.
There we go, man. The Wave, baby, pulling for you. And yeah, dude, nice call on Pujols there. What did he hit, 2 last night?
He hit 2 to get 700.
Dude, that's incredible, man. That guy's career has just been awesome. And can you think of a better, just representative of the St. Louis Cardinals organization? Fans love him. Like, it was cool seeing, the fans get up and just get fired up for him. So that's great, man. All right, I'll tell you what, Bowman, we're going to stay right here with you. Speaking of baseball and the storylines that affect the betting lines for today, we've got another home run race that we're watching. Aaron Judge, all right? What goes into this? And like you said, you spoke last night in regards to him, not hitting one, but yeah, how do we break this down?
Yeah, well, so first off, I wanted to say congrats to Albert Pujols, just the 4th player ever to hit 700 home runs, an unreal feat for him. But there are plenty other non-baseball factors that are going into this Aaron Judge 61 home run race that we've got to talk about that are probably contributing to why he hasn't hit the 61 yet, especially because he's hitting them at a faster pace than Pujols is. Well, first off, he needs a pitch to hit. These are the baseball factors. No pitcher wants to be the historic pitcher to give up the home run. You're going to have your clip playing constantly for the rest of history, so nobody wants to be that guy. But there are also a couple of non-baseball factors that we need to talk about. So he has his whole family at the game. He has Roger Maris's whole family at the game. He has his wife at the game. I highly doubt, I could be wrong here, I highly doubt they attend every home game in person. So if you're Judge as a human, you kind of want to just get it over with so they can go back to their lives. So you kind of add the extra added pressure there. He's also pressing to do it at home. So his loved ones are in attendance. They can see the game. They traveled to Toronto on Monday. So he's going to be pressing to get at these next 2 games for sure. There are just so many more non-baseball factors that I mentioned that are going into this home run race. He is plus 145 to hit a home run tonight. There is no value at all on a plus 145 to hit a home run. If anything, I do think there's value on him at minus 195 to not hit a home run. So I think that would be the only angle you could go with here.
Yeah, that's a good, first off, that's a good look at it. And the other day, I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday, me and you were on a show, and we were talking about this, right? And it was like, all right, are we going to look at Aaron Judge hitting a home run? And I think I ended up playing it like over half an RBI, which didn't hit. But I was also looking at Aaron Judge doubles, right? Like those come in like crazy. That man hits more doubles than anybody I've seen. And an interesting point, what you brought up in regards to, you said Roger Maris's family, correct? That's it?
Yep.
Yeah, man. Like it goes back, to when Roger Maris was chasing it and Babe Ruth's wife, was at the games, when he was chasing it. And that movie 61 in regards to, Maris's original thoughts of the exact same thing of saying, you know what, I want to hit this in front of them. Let them get back to their lives. Do it respectfully. It's just crazy, man. How
I believe, don't want to cut you off, but I believe Maris did it on the last game of the regular season as well. So he literally had a deadline, whereas Judge is kind of more putting it on himself.
How many games does Judge have left? Like roughly?
I believe it's 11.
Okay,
I got to double check.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, Micah, coming over to you, buddy. Say what the storylines that affect the betting lines for today, for this weekend. We've got NASCAR at Texas. Is that correct?
Yes, the Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 500. Say that 4 times straight.
Beautiful.
That is some kind of title. Yeah, really excited. Do you got anything from Trent Wade?
Yeah, I do actually. So he's looking at Kevin Harvick top 10 minus 135 and Chase Elliott over Kyle Busch minus 112. What are your thoughts on that?
I like the Chase Elliott one. I think he's going to roll to probably a top 5 as well. Kyle Busch, I don't know what's happened. I mean, he just kind of clanked it in the first round of 16 stage, got eliminated from the playoffs. And that's the same thing with Harvick. I'm really skeptical of him, even though his entire career, he's been really good at Texas. 3 wins, 14 top 5s, a bunch of laps led. I don't know what happened to the team. I mean, they got so high, they won at Michigan, and then won the next week at Richmond, both at like 18, 20 to 1 odds, and then just slowly, systematically just fell off every race since then and been horrible. Got chopped from the playoffs last week. So I'm skeptical of him. But what I do like is that we've had 4 straight races now where 20 to 1 odds or higher have paid out. 4 straight races. I've never seen that before in my life. And also the first 3 races of the playoffs were won by drivers not in the playoffs. So we've had a total of 19 of 29 races this week. Drivers win races this season in 29 races. That's something I've never seen either. The parity and the new car, it's just been amazing and makes it for exciting. And especially betting purposes, because you can take a driver now like an Eric Jones at 66 or 75 to 1 and not just throw it on it like, it's just a throwaway pick. No, he can actually win. And that wasn't the case just last year or the past years. You would say, this guy's got a chance, but Jimmy Johnson's going to win. That's not the case this year. So it's been a lot of fun for me. It's been fun cashing some large tickets quite often this season, and that's a new phenomenon in NASCAR. So what I've done to compile my ratings for this race is take 3 races at the high horsepower tracks, 2-mile track at Michigan, Darlington, and Kansas. And I got Denny Hamlin in all 3 of those races there. I've got Alex Bowman doing extremely well in all of those as well. So I'm going to look at Bowman on top. Bubba Wallace is another guy at 18 to 1. Bowman's 20 to 1. Hamlin is the favorite, but I expect those guys to be running up well, running for the win.
Yeah, and I was glad that you addressed that in regards to the parity, right? Because I was just about to ask you, like, how has it been from, not only a betting perspective, but just a fan perspective? And you answered it. Seems like it's been great all around. Like, you have so many more drivers that have the ability and opportunity to win these races.
Yeah, that's been fun. So I hope it keeps going. Probably, this is a long race, so it'll be one of those that it's a marathon, and whoever's there, the last stage makes those final setup and tune-up moves in the last stage and the last pit stop, and whoever does it the best, they're going to come out with have a winning car.
There we go. This is the formula for success right there. All right. Speaking of the formula for success, these guys have some picks, and you guys want these picks. You know what? I want them too, because I bet them as soon as the show ends. But before we do, let's take a quick break and hear from one of our partners. And we are back. All right, Micah, I'm going to come right back to you. You got one play, college football today. Break it down, buddy. What you got?
Yeah, we're going to go with Washington, and I don't think they've reached their ceiling yet. I think they're just getting started. 3 games, 3 wins, 3 covers, and 3 overs. These guys score and score often. Kalen DeBoer, he has been amazing. He knows Michael Penix. He was offensive coordinator at Indiana in 2019. Happened to pluck him up here, new job, and I was skeptical at first. I was like, okay, this a lot of teams. They're 4-8 last year. They can't have this turnaround. But when I saw the first game, I actually had Kent that first game, and it was like plus 23.5, I think. And when I saw Penix in the fourth quarter going for touchdowns when they were up 17, and they ended up winning 45 to 20, covering the number, I was like, okay, so he knows the number. He's trying to fire it up his base. He's trying to fire up the alumni. He's getting everybody involved. He knows, he wants to put up big numbers. And he's also got I believe he's putting Penix in the Heisman race. And I think that's important because he's giving them all the opportunities to play out there, not resting them, playing them in the fourth quarter when they're leading and winning big like he did in Portland State. And last week it was a huge win against Michigan State. So I think he's going for the Heisman. He's got 340 plus yards passing per game, Penix, and 10 touchdowns, 1 interception. I think this continues. I think this is like a 25-point win against Stanford today.
There we go. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to kind of follow your lead here. I'm going to stay on the West Coast. I'm taking Southern Cal -6 against Oregon State. Now, it's on the road. It's in Corvallis. Corvallis historically has been a tough place to play, not only for USC. You know, we've seen Pete Carroll teams that went down out there. That being said, look, that has nothing to do with anything. I think this USC team is fantastic. I think Lincoln Riley's doing a great job. Caleb Williams, obviously, at quarterback, doing a good job. And it feels like, honestly, I think, Micah, you were the one that said it. It's like Oklahoma West. Like, these guys they played with each other. They know each other. It's like they've been there at USC for years now, right? And I trust it. And these guys are putting up points big. I don't think Oregon State is all that good completely as a football team, especially offensively. So I'm going to roll with USC, man. They keep telling me to do it. You know what? Until they tell me to stop betting them, I'm going to continue to ride it. So that day might come. That day might not come. But I'll tell you what, them boys are putting up points, and I'm going to continue to do it. All right, Bowman, I think you got, 3 baseball plays today. Break them down, buddy. What you got?
Yeah, it'd be 3 plays today. I don't think I've given out 3 plays on a show before, so this is a new one for me. But I really like all 3 plays. Yeah, we're making records today. But I really like all 3 of these plays today. The Braves on the money line is my first one against the Phillies, -130. They've lost 3 games in a row now for just the second time all season, but they have Kyle Wright going today and their stopper. He has 19 wins this season. He's 12-1 with a 3.39 ERA in his last 15 starts. The Braves just always seem to win behind him for whatever reason. He also has 2 quality starts and 2 chances against the Phillies this season. Bailey Falter's been great lately. He's 5-0 with a 2.45 in his last 7 starts, but the Braves hit lefties a lot better than they do righties. Bailey Falter also faced the Braves in his last turn around the rotation, so the Braves batters were able to see him. Ronald Acuna has been out of the lineup the past couple of days. Maybe he's back in the lineup today. I do like it without him, even if he's not back in. Second play, we're going to go with the Guardians, -120 versus the Rangers. Cal Quantrill is starting today for the Guardians. He's 9-1 with a 3.4 in his last 15 starts. Glenn Otto has been very hit or miss this season. He has a 4.11 ERA in his last 7 starts. The Guardians have a massive bullpen advantage. They're ranked 2nd in the league in the last 30 days. They're also 16-3 in their last 19 games overall. The Guardians' magic number is now down to 3, which means any combination of Guardians wins or White Sox losses adding up to 3 means they clinch the AL Central. So if they win today and tomorrow, the White Sox lose today or tomorrow, just a combination of 3, then they win the AL Central. I think they see that. They're ready to win the division. It's very close. It's in their sights. So I think they're going to push to get that, and then they'll rest their guys. And then my third play, we're going to go with the Blue Jays in the money line against the Rays. The Blue Jays dropped each of the first 2 games in this series, but they have their stopper going tonight in Alek Manoah, their ace. He has a 1.93 ERA in his last 7 starts. He's pitched 6 straight quality starts, and he's 2 for 2 in quality starts against the Rays this season. Drew Rasmussen has struggled, allowing 4 runs in each of his last 2 starts, and one of those starts was against the Blue Jays. So I think the Blue Jays bounced back from losing the first 2 games of this series, and I like the Blue Jays money line, Guardians money line, and Braves money lines today.
Dude, you know, Jacob deGrom is looking at Manoah and Wright saying, hey, how does it feel to have run support? Is that fun? Is that enjoyable? Also, I'll say this, good betting karma here, because I believe the dog went and laid down right beside Dad there. You know what? That's always good. We are very, very, very pro dog, pro pet on this show on the early edge. Let's make sure we get that one out there. All right, everybody, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Let's take a look at the recap here. And yeah, I mean, the picks are glorious. I don't know about my editing jobs here, but the guys did their job. They look great. Micah Roberts on Washington -13.5. John Bowman's on the Guardians money line, Braves money line, and the Blue Jays money line. I am on Southern Cal -6. And you want some college football picks? Son, we'll give you some college football picks. Tom Fornelli, Michigan minus 16.5, Kansas minus 7.5, Iowa, Rutgers under 34.5, Jacob Fettner, Rutgers first half team total under 6.5, Tulsa team total under 21.5. He's also on Southern Cal minus 6.5. Emory Hunt is on Jackson State minus 33, Jackson State, Mississippi Valley State over 49, Elon plus 6.5, Indiana plus 16.5, Kansas minus 7. Chip Patterson is on Maryland, Michigan over 65.5, TCU minus 2, Clemson minus 7, North Carolina minus 1.5, UCF minus 20.5, Arkansas plus 2, Kansas State plus 13. Arkansas, again, I don't know why I listed that one twice. I told you, editing job, not that great. And North Carolina, yeah, I listed that one twice too, but wanted to make sure apparently on those two picks, get that one over. Alan Bell, am also on the Florida, Tennessee first quarter over 13.5 and Vanderbilt, Alabama first half over 33.5. And I'll tell you what, on that Vandy, Alabama, I think Alabama covers that number by themselves. All right. You guys have heard me talk now for everybody's good for the rest of the year. Like, there's no more that you guys need to hear from me. But no, we really do appreciate it, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you so much. Best of luck on your bets today. We'll be live Sunday morning, normal time, 10 a.m. Eastern. We'll also be live at 12 p.m. Eastern to break down the early and afternoon slate of NFL games, and then 7:30 p.m. Eastern Sunday night to break down Sunday night football. But until then, everybody, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.